Okay, so here we go today. We're going to start with a review. Let's start by graphing to solve. What am I looking for when I'm graphing to solve?
Your X and Y axis. No, because you start at 3, you go up and over 1, and down left 1. Right?
Okay, well, when I'm graphing, I do need to find, yes, my y-axis, because that's where my first point goes, and then my slope, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1.
It's easy, then we do the other stuff. That other stuff's confusing.
Then that's my first line.
Okay.
Then I can go and do my second line. That starts where?
How'd you get the first line again?
You go down 4.
You're not talking about
And then I,
Go up 1 over 1.
okay, you have to be more specific on the up and over.
Up over left.
Yeah, up and left, 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 down and right. Okay. And then I'm trying to find what?
Where they meet up.
Where they meet.
It's parallel though.
These are parallel. What's the answer if they don't meet?
No.
No solution. Okay. So, again, you start by looking at the last number. That number goes on the y-axis. And then the number in front of x, in this case, it's -1 over 1, tells us how we move. So what happens when I don't have an x? What happens when I don't have an x?
You go 1, you put a 1. No. I got this. You go like this. You do this. You this and times the y, and you put a 1. You go straight across.
I go straight across. I put it at 1 on the y, and I go straight across. Okay? But how do I graph the next one? I start where? -2 on the y-axis. And then this tells me what? Be more specific. Over to the right 2. I missed that if you said it, sorry. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 2, 1, 2. I find where they cross. Where do they meet?
So wait, they can meet anywhere as long as it's on that line?
Yeah, as long as they meet each other. Yep.
Oh, so we know like the line is like basically like a dot?
Yep.
Each line is a dot?
Yep. So they meet where?
Up 1, 2. So 1 over.
Other way.
2.
2, 1. Great. Okay. So that was the first method we learned to solve, right? Then yesterday we learned a different method because it is not always efficient to graph. Sometimes, like in number 3, the y-intercept is too big, bigger than the graph is on my paper. Or maybe I don't even have a graph. Too many side conversations. I asked you guys to get back into your desks. So why don't you go back where you belong? Zillion 2, get your desk back where it belongs. Braxton, wherever your assigned seat actually is. Yes. Back where you belong. Okay. So when you have numbers that are too big to fit on your graph, or in the case of number 4, maybe you have an equation that's not in an easy way to graph form, we can use the substitution method. Remember the substitution method, there were 2 different things that we could do. One is, if they both equal y, I just set them both equal to each other. Does that ring a bell? Look familiar? And then I solve. This is what all that solving is about that we've done. What do I do first on this equation?
So you do x.
I'm definitely going to do something with this x.
You turn x into a
It is a 1x. Okay, now what?
Then now you go to 8x. Then I don't know that.
Do you minus 2 and then add 2 to 23?
I usually do the x's first, but I get what you're saying, but I would start by, yeah, I would get rid of the 1x. Yep, yep. So then this is 7x plus 23 equals 2. Okay.
Then you subtract the 2 and add the 2 to 23.
I'm not going to subtract the 2. Instead, I'm going to subtract, yeah. I want to get the x alone, so I'll move the stuff that's by the x. Okay? So now I have 7x equals negative 21. Now what do I do?
You divide 21 by 7.
Somebody's in our class.
Logan said you have some yellow paper I can have. I need like 15 and she's short.
Some yellow paper that you can have.
Yeah, she says behind your desk.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
All right. What do I do with the negative 3 now? I'm not done with this problem yet because I didn't find the point. What do I do with that x? Put it into one of the equations. Which one? Yeah, I would put it in the y equals x plus 2. So this is y equals negative 3 plus 2, which is what? Negative 1. It doesn't matter which one I put it into. I usually pick the easiest one. Okay? Now, in other problems, we only have one y equals something. Then I have to do something different. Who remembers?
You make it a positive?
Nope.
I don't know.
What do I do if I don't have both y's equal?
Yeah. Oh, we're on the next. You put y.
I put the negative 3 in for y. Yep. So this negative 3 goes in for y in the next equation. So this is negative 3x plus 2 times, not y, but what y equals. And so this is negative 3x minus 6 equals 12. Now I have to solve. How do I solve? Add 6. And then?
Divided by 3 equals negative 6.
So I have the first part of my answer. I need the second part. What's nice about this problem?
It's short. You don't have to like lose or anything. You just kind of yeah.
I know the y already, don't I?
Yeah, that's on it. You know it.
Y is negative 3. It was given up at the top, so all I have to do is plug that back down in there. Okay, now, I want to show you something that happens sometimes in this next problem. Sometimes you are not given y equals at all. That doesn't mean you can't do the problem. It just means that you have to do a little work. What you want to do is get one of the variables alone, and I'm going to pick the easiest variable to get alone. X is already standing there by itself. So if I take the x plus 4y equals negative 19 and subtract the 4y, I will have x equal to negative 4y minus 19. And then I can substitute the x in. So the x has to go into the x for the other equation. You don't always have to substitute in y. You can substitute in x as well. So the x goes in for x in the other equation. So this is negative 2 times, not x, but negative 4y minus 19 minus 8y equals 38. And now I can solve that equation. What do I have to do first? Distribute. Okay? And then what? What's 8y minus 8y? So I'm left with 38 equals 38. What the heck does that mean? All, yeah, so this is many solutions. What would happen if it was 10 equals 38? That would be no solutions, right. Okay, so that was the old review stuff. There is yet another method. This is the last one we're learning. We're going to spend 2 days on it. Here's the other method. On the back, we're going to run through a few problems, see how you do. It's called elimination. What you want to do is eliminate one of the variables. And it's easiest to do when you find two variables that are the exact opposite. So like for instance, in number 6, I have negative 4x and 4x. So what I do is I add these two equations together. And when I add the two equations together, the 4x's cancel out. Okay, you guys knock it off, please. Who took it? Okay, Owen, why are you not in your desk? Yes.
So, as you may know, Tyler won the veto, and David took Tyler's brownie and smushed it. So, could Tyler swap his brownie out for a new better one?
We'll take care of that later. Damon, just turn around and face the front. Okay. When I add these together again, the x terms cancel out. What is 1y plus 9y? 10y. What is negative 29 plus negative 21? Negative 50. And once I have one variable left, I can solve this like a regular old equation. How do I get y alone? Divide by 10. Hey.
Jesus.
Okay?
I don't like that shit, bro.
Bro, he was about to smack the shit out of you.
All right. I am still not done. I still have to find x. So I'm going to take this y and I'm going to put it up in one of the equations. Pick the easiest equation. I think the first one is the easiest. Negative 4x plus negative 5 equals negative 29. How do I get rid of negative 5? Add 5. And then what? Divide by negative 4. So my answer is 6 comma negative 5. How do I decide which number goes first? X goes first, Y goes second. Yep. So again, I look for exact opposites. Once I find exact opposites, I add the equations together. What is 8x plus 1x? The y, the positive y and the negative y cancel each other out. What is 29 plus 7? How do I get x alone? Then my x has to go back up into one of the equations. Again, it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to put it in the second one this time. That's 4 minus y equals 7. Now I have to solve. How do I get y alone? Minus 4. I don't want negative y, I want positive y. What do I do?
Divide by negative, divide by, yeah, negative.
Yep, divide by negative 1. And then I can put my answer in point form. 4, comma, negative 3. Again, looking for exact opposites. Do I have exact opposites in number 8? If I have exact opposites, all I have to do is add these two equations together. What happens to the 6x's? Cancel each other out. What do I get when I do the next one? 6y plus 3y. And solve. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one's the easier of the two equations, so why don't you guys just tell me, where should I put negative 1? In the top or the second? Second, I heard? Okay, so I'm going with the second. So that's negative 6x plus 3 times negative 1 equals negative 9.
I don't know if it was me, but you probably just spoke like real fast. And I heard nothing you just said.
Okay. And then how do I solve? And then what? Final answer? Okay, now the problem happens when you don't have exact opposites. So far things have gone fairly smoothly because we've had exact opposites and we could just add them together. In problem number 9, do I have exact opposites? No. What's the closest? The negative 6's, yeah. So that's a nice simple fix. Take one equation and change all the signs. I just go through and the positive 7 comes negative, the negative 6y becomes positive, and the negative 5 becomes positive 5. That quick fix is all I need. As long as I change all the signs, I'm safe to do it. Once I've done that, now I have exact opposites. What do? Add them together. So what is 10x plus negative 7x? 10x plus negative 7x. 3x. Minus 6y plus 6y cancels out. What's negative 20 plus 5? Negative 15. How do I solve? So negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. Here's where my work comes in again. I have to pick one of these equations to use. The top one? Great. I'm going to put that in the top one. It doesn't matter where you put it. You can put it in the changed one. You can put it in the original one. You can put it in the top. You can put it in the bottom. This is 10 times x, which is negative 5. We just found that. minus 6 times y equals negative 20. What's 10 times negative 5? Now what? Plus 50?
Now you got 30. It's gonna be negative 5.
So my final answer is?
Negative 5, comma negative 5.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice, nice. I'm looking ahead a little bit. What do I need? Did I move too fast? Sorry.
Yeah, I missed it.
Okay, sorry. I'm stopping now. Do you feel safe? Okay. Good? Okay. So up next, same problem that I had on the last one. I have exactly the same, not exact opposites. Super quick change. What do? Change all the signs in one of the equations. Just in one. It doesn't matter if you do it in the top or in the bottom, just one equation, change all the signs all the way through, and then add them together. What's negative 2x plus positive 2x?
Positive 4x.
Cancels out. What is 10y plus 8y? What is negative 12 plus negative 6? Negative 18. Then I solve. Which equation should I put my y into? Top, great. Again, it doesn't matter. But I'll put it in that top one. I get negative 2x plus 10 times negative 1 equals negative 12. Hey, why did I put it in by the 10 and not by the negative 2?
You already have y.
Because it's y, yeah. I know what y is, so y is what I replace. So this is negative 2x minus 10 equals negative 12. And again, now I'm in a position where I solve. Add 10. Divide by negative 2. Write my final answer. Okay, again, why did 1 go first? Not negative 1. Because it's the x. X always goes first. Down to our last one. I have exact same, not exact opposite. What do I need to do? Change the signs in one of the equations. Which one? Which one? It doesn't matter. So I'll take suggestions. Bottom one, great. So this becomes plus, minus, minus. And then I add them together. What's 4x plus 2x. 3 plus negative 3. 0.
Wait, plus?
3 plus negative 3.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Negative 4 plus negative 20.
Negative 24.
Solve by dividing by 6. And it feels like I'm changing this all the time. Now I got x. Last time I got y. It just depends on the problem, remember. Whatever you're able to eliminate, there'll be one variable remaining. So if you eliminate the y's, you'll have an x you're solving for. If you eliminate the x's, you'll have a y you're solving for. It changes from problem to problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and find the y. Where should I put it? Bottom one. Bottom original or bottom adjusted? Original. So negative 2 times negative 4 plus 3y equals 20. If you wanted to put it in the other one, that's fine. This is 8 plus 3y equals 20. Now I solve.
Subtract 8,
Minus 8.
and then plus 8. You got 12, and then you divide 12 by 3y, and then you get 4. So your thing will be 4, negative 4,
Negative 4.